Away and running. Red Wine Time missed the start. Dia del Sol breaks smooth as silk today. Suko is right there close in tow. And so is Sweet Talia. That leaves Viking Queen four deep and Helen Ortiz trying to get over to save some ground. Belle Breezing's in front of one. And the slow strides of Red Wine Time is a long looking last. Down to the 6 furlong point they go. Dia del Sol dismissed at even money leads the charge. And there's no pace on whatsoever. The lead's a length and a half. Getting closer on the outside is Viking Queen. In between rivals Sweet Talia, and Suko continues to hold down that second place position. Traveling past the 5 furlong point is Belle Breezing in that fifth place position. Helen Ortiz is in front of one, and nothing from Red Wine Time. Down to the 4 they go, and Dia del Sol does it very easy today and has opened up a 4 length lead. Still three of them gang up behind that lone speed, including Suko, who takes the trail up the rail. Sweet Talia now lands second, and Viking Queen trying to pass the both of them. Quite a separation back to Helen Ortiz, and now Red Wine Time is getting on track, and Belle Breezing's dropped to the tail. The quarter pole lurks. Dia del Sol still in hand and in command, leads by 3. Catching the eye is Red Wine Time deep on the track, and she's coming with big strides now. Despite botching the start, Red Wine Time has all this sweet momentum and takes over the lead. Dia del Sol had no excuses and stopped to an absolute walk. Viking Queen's on the outside and the others for the minor awards, but at 9-5 stood in the gate and rolled past them all. Red Wine Time has won it over Dia del Sol, Viking Queen, and Suko's in a photo for away and running. Nice even start. Insouciant was the first one to break the line. Eden's Gigi is tapped for some speed, and Spending Cuts is in a good position already off the dueling top pair. Scraping Paint is Bootsy Mallow. Then you have Mainstream Sellout second last, and Princess Peanut tries to pass that rival for that fifth place spot. Past the 4.5 furlong pole they charge, and Eden's Gigi leads, and it's a long neck at best. Insouciant is right there keeping tabs on that speed, and Spending Cuts has no excuses today if good enough. Princess Peanut is looping up on the far outside. Mainstream Sellouts in the thick of it too, and Bootsy's Merlot's a non-threatening last midpoint around the one and only turn. Insouciant takes the fight to Eden's Gigi. They've kicked away by 2. Spending Cuts is starting to bridge that divide ever so closer. Mainstream Sellout is closing in. Princess Peanut is 5 wide, and they turn to the top of the stretch. Still a good battle brewing, and now Spending Cuts comes calling for the lead, and now closing in is Mainstream Sellout. Late on the scene is Bootsy's Below. Inside the final 16th of a mile, Mainstream Sellout surges to the top with 70 yards left to go, and at 4-1, Mainstream Sellout has won it over Spending Cuts, Bootsy Below, and then came Princess Peanut. Away and running. Great speed from Seeker today, has an uncontested lead. Hit the road jack, broke slow, but is right there at the 7.5 furlong point. And Catalina Kid with the money on is in a cozy spot early as they swing left. The Honeyman came away in fourth. He's a wild child, a ground saving fifth. And Melody Win trying to pass that rival early. So there is no pace whatsoever in the Hoops Happy Hour race of the day. And it's Seeker who makes play. Shows the way 3/4 of a length, but Catalina Kid is right there on hold and a patiently ridden second with 5.5 furlongs to go as they enter the back of the track. And Hit the Road Jack on debut is right there too, only 2 lengths off the lead, which is held by Seeker with 5 furlongs left to go. The Honeyman is 4 deep down the backstretch run with quite a separation back to He's a Wild Child, and Melody Win is under a loose rein now. They point towards the 4 furlong station, and Seeker continues to control the clock. The lead's 3/4 of a length. 3 to 5's the number on Catalina Kid, and it comes under a loose rein to get closer in second. Hit the Road Jack is running a nice one despite a stutter step start. The Honeyman's right there in the thick of it too and starts to close in inch by inch. He's a Wild Child still heads Melody Win. Around the bend they go. Seeker's trying to see this through. Hit the Road Jack is now in traffic as the Honeyman closes in, and Catalina Kid needs to sprout wings from there and is off the board right now. They turn in, and Hit the Road Jack kicks for home, but the Honeyman in for the fight, and so is Seeker, and these three to settle the score. Hit the Road Jack now inching away from Seeker and the Honeyman. There's a 16th to go. Hit the Road Jack is holding at 9-1. Hit the Road Jack has won it over Seeker, the Honeyman, and with the money on, Catalina Kid was fourth. Away and running. It was a good even start. Almond Cider was the first one to break the line. Wild Times tapped for speed, and there goes Bet. He's ready with the public's pick, and the money on takes over the lead. In second is Almond Cider, and the rail belongs to R. Ronnie Allen. Deep on the track, Mr. Cowboy Bradley starts to close in. One Handsome Dude's also a part of it, and Wild Times been shuffled to fifth. Now Fast Ride is in front of three rivals early. Runaway Road just past that rival in front of Stellwagen Banker, and Silver R whips him in. Boy, this is hot pace here. And on the outside, One Handsome Dude comes calling for the lead. Almond Cider is right there in a feisty mood today. And Betty's ready, needs to rally from third and go now, and is starting to struggle as this field turns for home. Mr. Cowboy Bradley's floated off right, and they turn to the top of the stretch. Almond Cider continues to lead, still chasing his One Handsome Dude. Here comes R. Ronnie Allen up the rail. Betty's ready's a non-threatening fourth. Late on the scene is Wild Time, close to the finish. Almond Cider still leading, drifting out badly as One Handsome Dude. Almond Cider at 18-1 has won it. There's a place photo between One Handsome Dude and Wild Time. R. Ronnie Allen was fourth. Away and running to a picture-perfect start. Mr. Winston pops on top, Camp Pendleton yields to that early lead, and Chris and Dave is right there at the 7.5 furlong stage. Fast Break came away in that fourth place position in front of Miracle Silver, Mount Travers, and last of all is Royal Coup. Up and around the first turn they go. Miracle Silver, the 7, was in tight going around the first turn run, but unopposed is Mr. Winston. He wants the lead, and he got it today, and it's a nice and easy lead of 2. Deep on the track is Fast Break, sharing second with Chris and Dave as they point towards the 5.5 furlong pole, and Camp Pendleton's on hold in that fourth place position. Miracle Silver loops up on the far outside to be in front of 2, which includes the rail that belongs to Royal Coup, and Mount Travers is in that fifth place position. Down to the 4.5 furlong point they go, and Mr. Winston continues to show the way. The lead's only a length. Chasing up against the rail is Chris and Dave. 3 wide is Miracle Silver, and in between rivals trying to find a way through near the back of the pack is Mount Travers as they get ready to turn, and Fast Break continues to hold down that second place position. 3/8 of a mile to go. Still leading is Mr. Winston. Getting closer is Fast Break. Miracle Silver is 3 wide. Chris and Dave starts to struggle. Mount Travers tries to close in, and nothing from Camp Pendleton as they turn for home. And now Miracle Silver wants the lead and kicks for home. Fast Break is trying to keep this one honest. Mr. Winston had the pace and then started to fall apart. They're inside the final furlong. Fast Break continues to lead the charge. Miracle Silver's in for the fight, but Fast Break is inching away inside the final 70-yard marker. And Fast Break has photoed and won it against Miracle Silver in that win photo. Mr. Winston 3rd, Mount Travers 4th. Away and running. It was a good level start. David's Prospect was the first one to jump the line, showing speed against the rail is City Creek, and Ruthian is right there too. Also in the thick of it early on is the Bearish One and Oilers deep on the course as they go around the 7 furlong pole. David's Prospect leads, but it's had to work hard to get there today and shows the way by a long neck at the 6.5. Tracking deep on the track is Oiler in second position, and the Bearish One now wrangled back to be in third. Ruthian is off the fence today in that joint fourth place position, and City Creek rides the rail past the 5.5. There's a gap of 3 back to Trophy Room, who's about 4 paths deep. Tyler Time is second last, and Lawlessness has to close from last today, but there's a pace tug of war up top. Oiler on the outside takes the battle to David's Prospect, and they couldn't be going any faster. And now Ruthian has a run of the race and glides up to the both of them. The Bearish One comes under a loose rein in fourth position. City Creek's trapped for the moment. Deep on the track is Trophy Room. Lawlessness has picked off 1, and nothing today from Tyler Time. 5/16 to go, and Oiler continues to call the shots to lead the length and a half. Ruthian's getting closer, but the one you have to fear is Trophy Room, who's closing with that green cap on the far outside. Off the turn, they're homeward bound. Trophy Room ready to confront Oiler at the top of the stretch. Ruthian's right there battling on, and these 3 face off with a furlong left to go. Ruthian charging to the top now. Oiler has nowhere to give. Trophy Room is stagnant in third. There's 70 yards left to go, and here's a 5-1 winner, and the 5-1 winner is Ruthian to beat out Oiler, then Trophy Room, and Lawlessness is in a photo for 4. Away and running. Good speed today from Winter's Ghost, but that was short-lived as Practical Way went to that first place position with those catapulting strides. Around the first turn they go. Practical Way has an uncontested lead and makes a break for it at the 7 furlong pole. Winters Ghost smartly backs off the speed in second, and Hoppin' Scotch rides that rail. Passage of Lines enjoys a good trip today as one of the fancier rivals in the wagering market, and soon will grab a joint third. And Sittin' on Go has a lovely trail in fifth. Mawkins Ridge is in sixth, and Guillaume was a little slow to go. Down the back of the track they go. Carlos is trying to tap on the brakes, and Practical Way is still eager to go, fighting the white rider just a touch and shows the way 3/4 of a length. But Winter's Ghost is on hold in that second place position, and Passage of Lines is right there in the thick of it too. Hoppin' Scotch takes the inside trail with 4 furlongs to go, and Sittin' on Go is committed to a 3 wide kick. Mawkins Ridge still second last, and Guillaume whips them in. They swing the side, and Practical Way still continues to lead. The lead's a length and a half. Now Passage of Lines is getting closer in a big way, and so is Winter's Ghost. A gap of 3 back to Sittin' on Go, and Mawkins Ridge starts to close in slowly. Around the bend inside the quarter pole, and Passage of Lines inherits the lead at the 3/16, and they swing in, and it's Passage of Lines who kicks for home. Winter's Ghost gives way grudgingly, but here comes Sittin' on Go, and these three stack up across the track. Passage of Lines still holding. Sittin' on Go is still closing, and Sittin' on Go is up and past the favorite. Sittin' on Go has won it over Passage of Lines, Winter's Ghost, and Practical Way. Away and running. Stumbling start for Prepare for Takeoff. Good rail speed from Adios Babe, showing good early toe is Awesome View, and looking for 4 in a row. Awesome Birdie also mixes up too, so Awesome Birdie leads in the opening furlong. Adios Babe is a ground-saving second, and the long shot Prepare for Takeoff injects more pace, and Awesome View is on hold in that fourth place position, and Kingdom Queen is last of all, so Adios Babe to test Awesome Birdie to the 3.5 furlong pole, and they are in step. Awesome Birdie now emerges with a neck lead. Adios Babe is right there trying to stick and stay, and Awesome View sits the trip if good enough. Prepare for Takeoff slowly gives way, and Kingdom Queen starts to pick off that rival as they round the bend with a quarter to go. Awesome Birdie's trying to dig deep and find more. Awesome View takes the fight to that rival, and Kingdom Queen is closing with power and pace now. They turn for home. Awesome Birdie is off the top too, and Kingdom Queen with those catapulting strides goes right to the top. Awesome View is holding on to second. Awesome Birdie just didn't have it today. Adios Babe and Prepare for Takeoff, that's the balance. Kingdom Queen has won it. Awesome View was second, and Adios Babe got up for third.